3,000 years ago, a flower floated on the surface of the Nile. Priests drank it, kings slept beside it, and entire ceremonies were built around its strange ability to soften the mind. Not poison, not quite medicine, something in between, a plant that ancient Egyptians believed could open the doorway between worlds. Today, it's mostly forgotten, dismissed as myth.
They call it just a flower, a misunderstood water lily.
Then why does it feel like it's been hidden?
But history tells a different story. Welcome back to the Herbal Historian. Today we return to the waters of ancient Egypt to rediscover the legendary blue lotus. Blue lotus, Nymphaea caerulea, grew naturally along the Nile and throughout parts of North Africa. But to the ancient Egyptians, it was far more than a flower. Archaeologists have found lotus petals in the tomb of Tutankhamun, sealed more than 3,300 years ago. Paintings across temple walls show nobles holding the blossoms close to their faces, breathing the scent, drinking the infusion, sometimes soaking the petals in wine. The plant became tied to the Egyptian idea of rebirth. Every morning the lotus rises from dark water and opens with the sun. Every evening it sinks again beneath the surface. To the Egyptians, this mirrored the journey of the soul, life, death, and return. Lotus crowns decorated statues of the sun god Ra, and in sacred rituals, priests used the flower to calm the mind before entering states of deep meditation. A flower floating quietly on water, yet woven into the spiritual architecture of an entire civilization. At first glance, blue lotus looks delicate, a floating flower, star-shaped petals, but look closer. Deep sky blue tips fading to pale white. Golden stamens rise like tiny suns. Its leaves rest wide on the water, smooth, round, silent. It grows in warm, still places, rivers, lakes, wetlands, roots deep in the mud. Flower drifting above by day. It opens at dusk, it closes and sinks. A rhythm older than history, a flower that follows the sun. The blue lotus was not a staple food, but it was consumed carefully. Petals were steeped into teas, sometimes fermented into lotus wine. Egyptian artwork suggests the flowers were soaked in alcohol, allowing their active compounds to infuse the drink. This created something unusual, not intoxication in the usual sense, but a slow wave of relaxation and dreamlike calm. At banquets, the flower was passed between guests, shared like a ritual, a drink not for hunger but for experience. A reminder that food is not always about survival, sometimes it's about altering the state of the mind.
It soothes the nervous system, eases anxiety, softens grief, invites restful sleep. It can quiet emotional storms. And yes, some say it stirs the senses too. In ritual, it opens the mind to vision, to intuition. It does not overwhelm, it lifts just enough, guiding the body back to stillness.
Modern chemistry has begun uncovering what ancient cultures may have sensed. Blue lotus contains compounds called apomorphine and nuciferine. These interact with dopamine receptors in the brain. Dopamine, the chemical tied to pleasure, reward, and motivation. Researchers believe these compounds may explain the plant's reported calming and mood-lifting effects. Some studies also suggest mild antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activity. Nothing supernatural, nothing mystical, just chemistry, quietly confirming what people discovered thousands of years ago. Blue lotus is best harvested in the morning, just after the flower opens. This is when its aromatic oils are strongest. Harvest too early, and the petals are still tight with moisture. Too late, and the sun begins to fade the plant's potency. Traditional gatherers cut the flower carefully at the base of the stem, leaving the roots undisturbed in the mud below. A reminder that good herbalism isn't extraction, it's relationship. Once harvested, the flowers must dry slowly. Petals are spread in thin layers, shade, not sunlight, airflow, not heat. Too much heat destroys the delicate compounds responsible for its aroma and effects. When dried correctly, the petals become deep violet blue, fragile, almost paper-like, stored in dark glass jars away from light and moisture. Handled gently, because once a plant loses its chemistry, it becomes nothing more than decoration. Blue lotus is generally considered mild, but mild does not mean careless. Large amounts may cause dizziness or nausea. It can interact with medications affecting the dopamine system, and because research is still limited, pregnant or nursing individuals should avoid it entirely. The ancient world respected plants for a reason. They are powerful chemistry, and power always deserves discipline. Across thousands of years, blue lotus drifted through temples, tombs, and quiet riverbanks, a flower tied to dreams, to meditation, to the ancient belief that the mind could travel further than the body. Today, most people walk past water lilies without a second thought, but history remembers, and so do we. Thank you for being part of the Herbal Historian. If you enjoyed rediscovering this remarkable plant, consider liking the video and subscribing. Because the next herb we uncover may have shaped an empire or saved a village, and like blue lotus, its story is still waiting beneath the surface. Thank you for watching.